Okay, welcome to this call called Pragmatic Tools of Creating and Having Wealth. Okay, thank you so much for hopping on, all of you beautiful people. It's always a pleasure to have you guys on. So, before I jump into whatever I'm going to speak about today, that is wealth, I have a few questions, and this is not like a monologue, it's a dialogue. So, I'd like you to put in your comments, like whatever you think, into the comments so that there's we keep the energy going. Okay, is that okay? Cool. Yeah. Okay, cool. Awesome. Okay, so before we even get into whatever we're going to do, so all the projections, expectations, separation, judgment, rejection you have of me, you have about what you're going to receive from here, what you're not going to receive from here, what you may not receive from here, and all the big changes that you're expecting to receive from here. Can you please destroy and uncreate that? Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, pod, online shops, boys and beyonds. Okay, so anybody over here who's not done access, who's not from access, can you just raise your hand? There's a little icon which says raise hand. And if you have, just put in a yes. It'll give me more clarity so that I can go on. So if anybody doesn't know whatever I just said, it's called the clearing statement. If you want more information about that, you can go to theclearingstatement.com to have more information about that. Okay, so have you ever considered having wealth? Any of you? Have you ever considered having wealth? Yes, no, maybe, yes. Sushma says yes. Okay. Preeti says yes. Okay, cool. Raghavendra says yes. Okay. Neha says yes. Cool. Okay, so what is this wealth? What is this wealth to you guys? Okay, wait, let me just, I think it gets better if I can hear something. Yeah, okay, unmute yourself and speak. What is wealth for you guys? Nothing? What is wealth?
Money.
I don't have access.
Money, house, cars.
Okay, cool. Money, house, cars. Okay.
Joy, freedom, money, power.
Okay, cool. Oh my God, power. Wealth is power. Everything that is. Can you just translate that? Right, wrong, good, bad, fuck, what, online shows, boys and beyonds. Ranjana, that's fine if you don't know access. That's absolutely okay. Yeah? Okay. What else is wealth, you guys? What is wealth for you?
For me, wealth is everything that I possess.
Anything that you possess. Okay. Awesome. What else? What else? Okay. So wealth is anything, okay? Anything that you can have in abundance. Anything that you desire that you can have in abundance. It's not limited to the money. It's not limited to gold. Yeah. Akhtar says it's gold. Okay, villa gold bar. Okay, cool. Okay, so it's not only limited to money. It's about having everything that you desire in abundance. That's wealth. Okay, now when we say that, we very often exclude the money as well. We say, I'm very wealthy because I have the most beautiful people, I have the most beautiful family, and I have the best children and the best husband or the wife or the girlfriend or the boyfriend, and we exclude it. I was like, they are the wealth of my life. How often do we say that? How often do we say I'm wealthy in relationships? But we exclude the money aspect. So everywhere you're excluded money from wealth, can you please revoke, recant, reclaim, renounce, denounce, destroy, and create that?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, pod, online shots, boys and beyonds. Okay, cool. So how many of you have clarity on what are you asking for in life? Do you have clarity on what you're asking for? Or are you just doing day by day? Okay, tomorrow I want to go for dinner. So yeah, where can I go for dinner? How much money do I need for it? Okay, do I have the money? Okay, cool, let's go for it. Is that how you live your life? Yes, no? Or are you living month by month? Yeah, this month I have the money because I got salary. Okay, cool. I'm good for this month. All the expenses are taken care of. But you know what? If I want to go to Europe next month, probably COVID. But yeah, well, if the gates open, I still can't go because I don't have the money. Yeah. So what if we start having clarity about what we're asking for in the first place? Okay. Ranjana says no clarity in life. Yes. The first step is to have clarity on what you're asking for. And when I mean by clarity, what I mean by clarity is not necessarily like somebody says the gold bars or the villas. It could include that. And it could be a sense of whatever you'd like your life to be like. Okay. It could be an energy. Okay, it could be just when you see some people, like somebody like Ratan Tata or somebody sitting on the top, and when you see those leaders and you see them live a particular life, a particular lifestyle, and you're like, oh my God, I'll have that. What that person is being, I'll have that. So how often do you allow your body to be involved in this whole equation? And how often do you allow yourself to have that kind of clarity as to what you're asking for? Do you allow yourself to have that kind of clarity? Yes? No? No? So it says no.
Yes, yeah.
Yarnaya says yes. Raghavendra says yes.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay, cool. Okay. So all the people who do not have the clarity on what your life would be like, what if that's not a wrongness? And what if today is an opportunity, a possibility that's opened up for you to actually ask for, okay, universe, can you bring me the clarity, please? Can you show me the clarity? Can I have the clarity now, please? Okay. Cool. Okay, so now today, well, first half of the call is going to be talking about energetics, and the next half is going to be talking about pragmatic tools. Okay, because so I had asked a question earlier on the group. So, what is the most relevant thing? Is it mindset, that is the energetic bit of it, or is it the most, the action bit of it? And a lot of you said mindset, a lot of you said both, and a lot of you said action. Yeah, yeah. So, as per me, both are required. Okay. Now, one more disclaimer before I go ahead is do not buy anything I say. See if it's light for you. Do not think I know what I know through the experience and the tools that I have used, but it may work for you, it may not work for you. You have to play with the tools to have clarity if it's going to work for you or not. Is that okay? Yeah? Cool. Everybody knows the tool light and heavy? Does everybody here know the tool light and heavy?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Anybody who doesn't know the tool light and heavy? Ranjana, except for you. Anybody else who doesn't have the clarity on the tool of light and heavy? No? Okay, cool. So I'd like you to lower your barriers and expand. Okay? Just expand. Close your eyes if you'd like to, so that you can just focus and occupy your body in totality. Okay. Now, just for this very minute, think about an incident that has been really stressful and hurtful. Think about an incident that has been really stressful and hurtful. How did your body react to that? What was that like? Contractive? Felt like something's weighing you down? Like something started to hurt in your body? Okay, that's heavy for you. Okay, that is the sensation of heavy. Anything that is not true for you will give you this message. Your body will tell you that this is heavy and this is not relevant to me. Okay, now think about something that has been absolutely magical, absolutely joyous. Now, what does your body feel? Light? Like a feather touch? Like you're almost going to fly off from where you're going to sit? Like that sensation of utmost joy? That's light for you. Okay? Joy like a baby, yes. Okay, cool. Okay, so Ranjana, that's light and heavy for you. So every time I ask you a question or every time I give an information, if it becomes light and if your body contracts, that means it's not relevant to you, it's not true for you. And every time it's light and there's a sense of, oh my God, that's so exciting. Or, that joy, that utmost, like, okay, cool, I'm going to try that. It's light for you, it's true for you. Okay, cool. Now let's go to the mindset bit of it. Okay, I'm gonna talk about So what do you think are the 4 elements of creating anything in your life? I said 4, but okay, I gave it to you. There are 4 elements. But what do you think are the elements of creation? Yeah, Yarnaya.
Okay. I don't know. Action is the fourth one.
Action is the 4th one. Okay, she's jumped. Okay, cool. What's the first 3?
Desire.
Desire. Okay. What else?
Willingness and choice to have it.
Awesome. Cool. And what else?
Ask.
Okay, cool. Okay, so you guys have got it. I'm just going to say it in different words. It's there are 3 most important elements. One is generation, second is creation, and third is institution. Okay, this may seem like big terms, but it's exactly what you said. Okay, generation is the first step. Hi, Pushpalata, so nice to have you on.
Can you please repeat, Reshma?
Generation, creation, and institution. Okay, these are the first 3 elements, and the 4th I will talk about in a bit. Okay, now what is generation? It's this energy where you see something and you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna have that, whatever that is. I'm gonna have that thing. So what is exciting for me? What can I say? What's exciting for you guys? Forget me. What's exciting for you? What is that energy when you look at something and like, oh my god, I am gonna have it?
Switzerland.
Okay, cool. Okay, the energy of that land. Okay, it's like I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna live there probably for a few years or whatever choice you're gonna make. You look at a land and you're like, I'm gonna be there. I'd love to be there. Okay, that's the energy of generation. The moment you choose that, the moment you say, okay, I'd like that. And Preeti's saying Switzerland right now, but probably she'll get the same whatever energy that is in Kerala or in Ladakh. Okay, so it may not show up as she would say, okay, I want to be in Switzerland. She can choose to be in Switzerland, but she's actually tapping into the energy of what that land is like.
Basically the wanderlust.
Correct. Okay, so she's okay. So you see that we look at so she said Switzerland, but she meant something completely different.
Yes.
And I perceive something completely different. So to have that clarity on what you're asking for, she's asking for travel. She's not asking for Switzerland.
But as you said, it may include Switzerland, but when you gave an example, the same energy I could feel in Kerala or in Ladakh. So that means it's basically the travel and the wanderlust I'm looking for, and it can include all the places.
Correct. And that's the energy of generation. When you look at something and you're like, oh my god, I'm going to have that, and then having the clarity doesn't mean it's going to come cognitive. Disclaimer, it may come as energy. Okay, doesn't mean you're going to have, okay, I'm going to do this and this and this and this and this. No, do not beat yourself if you don't have that. But it is the energy of generation when you're like, okay, I'm going to have this. Now, what is creation? Creation is to actually put in a structure to create that idea. Okay, so recently I saw this resort. I don't know where it was. It was on Facebook, and it has this beautiful view across a mountain. Okay, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna have that. I'm gonna live there for a couple of years, a couple of months at least. Okay, and the creation of that would be to actually take the step of going and finding out where can I have that. What would it be like, the structure of actualizing it, the action of actualizing it. Okay, now am I confusing you guys in any way? Is it making sense? Yes.
Yes.
Okay, let me give you a simpler example. So when you look at nature and you like more nature around you, the first thing is your generation the generative idea is to have more of plants around you, to have more of trees around you, to be around forest. Okay, So that's the generative idea. Okay. Now the creation of it would be actually creating a garden in your backyard if that's what you'd like. Going and buying the seeds to sow and actually having a garden, or going and visiting a house or looking at a property that has a garden that will, that will act as a catalyst for you to have that. Is this more clearer? Is this example more clearer? Yeah?
Yeah. Good.
Yeah? Okay. And now institution is when you actually allow, when you actually sow the seed, you put in the water, you put in the fertilizer, you put in the soil, and you allow it to grow. Is this making sense?
Yes.
Institution is the action bit of it, when you're allowing it to, so you don't, like, it's a very common example, you don't go and you look at, okay, is the seed, is this ripening, is it growing, is it sprouting, can I see what the fruit already is? Okay, you're going to allow it. And the fourth element is, even once you allow it to grow, you don't just leave the plant there, right? You don't say, okay, it's got the sun, it's getting water. You actually go look at it. Okay, has it sprouted yet? Does it require anything of me? Do I need to do anything? Do I need to be anything here? That's the fourth element, the nurturing of your creation. Okay, so very often what you do is, even when you have a business idea, you're like, oh my God, I love that idea, I'm going to do something about it. And then you take one step and then you're like, okay, cool, I'll just wait for the client to show up, or I'll just wait for something to happen, or I'll just wait for some movement to happen. But the waiting is not going to create it. The constant nurturing and the constant questioning of what that creation requires is what will create it.
Yes.
Okay, are you guys still with me? Is this making
Yes.
sense? Is
Yes.
this contributing?
Yes. A lot.
Okay, cool. Now we're going to come to the bit of the pragmatic bit of it. Okay, so this is something I'd like you to look at for yourself. Now you've done the creation bit, you've instituted it, you've had everything in place, your money is flowing in, everything is happening. Now what do?
Create more out of it.
No, but what do you do with the money?
Spend it or save it.
Correct. Spend it or save it. And how much part of it do you save? You have like 1 lakh rupees lying in your account, and you have like these, you want to go for a vacation, you want to go to the best of the dining places, you want to travel, you want to buy the best of the clothes, you want to do XYZ thing, you want to buy somebody something, blah, 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 blah. Do you ever land up keeping anything aside?
At least 10%, right?
Yeah, 10%, because Access says 10% is the honoring of you. Yeah. So we're like, oh my God, I have to keep 10% because Gary says, if you don't keep 10%, it's not an honoring of you. And I'm not honoring me if I'm not keeping a 10%. So 10% I will keep away. But the 90% I will spend.
But then it
That's true.
depends on the individual, right? Suppose
course.
not even 1 lakh. Suppose if I am earning say 50K,
Mhm.
but then if I don't like, I would be rather a person that I know that I should be investing in mutual funds or whatever. But then for me at that point of time, if there is something that I want to buy or my eyes are stuck on that, then I would don't even care that okay.
That's what I'm saying, Chetna. And so you think that it's only you who does it, but the rest 57 of us, okay, we're 58 people here, okay, how many of you actually think about keeping some money aside for the future? Do anybody keep money aside for the future?
No.
Raghavendra says yes, he does. Awesome. Okay, what about the others? Do any of you keep money? And Shirish says he does too.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay,
I
what
don't
about
keep, I don't keep money aside, but I'm careful in spending also.
right, how careful?
In the sense that I don't allow myself to go overboard.
Right. So you will, if you have a lakh, you will make sure that your expenses are within a lakh. You won't spend 1 lakh 10.
No, I will make 90,000. 10% what Gary wala bhi to rakhna hai.
So that's what I'm saying. Okay, so the point over here is that you get your money, you keep your 10% aside because you're told that that's the honoring of you and you don't
Yeah.
keep anything else aside. Okay. Now that is not creating your financial reality from the space of consciousness.
Yes.
That is not creating a future. That is only living in the now, which is not wrong. It's a choice, but there is an idea of creating it from a future perspective. Okay. So over here, I'm here to talk about how I've been looking at. So I am somebody who went from living from bill to bill to actually starting to create my financial reality from a space of having wealth. And having wealth means having abundance of money at any given point of time. Having more money gives you the space to choose whatever you'd like. It doesn't give you the freedom, you always have the freedom. Okay. Now, what I mean by that is there is, so how many of you keep money away for taxes or aren't taxes applicable to you? Raghavendra. And I'm sure Shirish will also say yes, he does too. Yeah. Okay. So how many of you are ignorant of the tax bit of it?
So basically,
Okay.
I'm not ignorant, but for me, this part was always been, done by my father.
Yeah. And a lot of us do function like that.
Yeah.
A lot of us, somebody else is taking care of. And that is why we're never really looking at our financial reality.
Yeah.
So for a very long time, my dad was doing my taxes as well. And I actually started asking more questions because I'm not so much, I don't understand what these terms mean. And I still don't completely get it, to be very honest, despite of my mother being an income tax officer. I I don't completely get it. Okay, so I walked up to my mother one day and I was like, listen, tell me, what do these terms mean? Can you tell me what it means? And I actually sat and I started getting clarity on what are the kind of accounts that I need to have, what are the kind of financial system that I need to create for myself. And I realized one is certainly the 10% honoring that Access talks about, but there are a few other accounts that I would like to have for me. Okay, so how many of you are business people here? Everybody, nobody? Okay, Raghavendra says yes. Okay. I'm guessing at least 50% of us are in business and 50 are in jobs.
Can I say something?
Yes.
Uh, Paying taxes means creating open way to receive more.
Correct. Absolutely. Absolutely. But to even have that
Higher
income,
higher income, the higher taxes.
absolutely. And how many people are actually running away from paying taxes? And one of the easiest way to not look at creating higher income to pay higher taxes is to avoid the bit of taxes.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Mm.
everywhere we're also checked out of a financial reality and not looking at what we're actually creating. Can you please just try and uncreate that? Right, wrong, good, bad, pop out, online shorts, millions. Startups get tax benefit from government. Yes, Yogi, startups do get tax benefit from government. Okay. So the accounts that I'm looking at, so let me just come back to my what I was speaking, and then we can get into more questions. Is that so I started looking at, one is the 10% honoring of me, one is 10% taxes, a minimum of 10% taxes. Okay. And then was, I'm a business owner and I have operation cost. So how many of you, every time an amount comes in, how many of you keep away a percentage for the operation cost? Do you? Sonia says yes. Okay. And how many of you give yourself a salary? Anybody? No. Anybody give yourself a salary? No. Like, no. I need to put all my money into business once again because that's how I'll grow. But the more money that comes in and the more money that goes out, because we think we're creating money, but what we are doing is we're running behind making more sales. The more money that's in our account, the more money we spend. It's a vicious circle. So we're not talking about not increasing our income. We're talking about using the funds effectively.
But also the money that you save depends on one particular thing also. With what idea or with what thing are you trying to save that? Are you trying to save it for
Correct.
your holidays? for your medical thing or what?
No,
But
so I'm not talking about the rainy day account. Okay. I'm not talking about keeping it for emergency. I'm talking about actually using the money in a way that actually works for you. So if you're going to keep, if a person, I for a very long time would only keep 10% aside, and the 90% used to go back into my business. There were no taxes, there were no salary for me, and it was only about business. So I was always thinking about creating more sales. Okay, how can I do more classes? How can I do more sessions? How can I do more? And I would land up working 15 hours a day, but having still no money in my account. And how many of you relate to that? How many of you burn out after a point? How many of you feel like I'm just working my ass off, but I'm not really creating anything greater in the bigger picture? Is this making sense, you guys?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the idea is not to increase sales. The idea over here is to have a cut. What I mean by a cut is a percentage put away for your expenses. Okay, a percentage for taxes, a percentage for earning, a percentage of salary, a percentage of operating expenses, and what is the last one? A percentage for fun.
for
Okay.
yourself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shall I
Okay.
say something?
Yeah, Lena.
I generally ask money where you would like to spend and create more of out of it. And I spend according to
Yes,
that.
but yeah,
And
but
then
is that
always
also a way
create. No, it's always create a good amount of money. Whatever I spend, I'll get double of the return out of that.
Absolutely. I'm not saying it wouldn't, but what I'm saying is that a way to not be present to actually creating a reservoir of wealth. Because when you keep away your expenses and when you keep away all the money, you're not going to have to function from a space of lack. Okay, if tomorrow I want to do something, I don't have the money for it. I have to work hard and create more in order to do that. Like, say, for an example, an access class. Yeah, which is a costly thing. And then what we do is we have to really put in all that money into something. We have to wait till we create that money. We don't have the choice to make instantaneous choices. So we think, right? Yeah,
Generally,
cool.
before I put, I just use heavy or light or whatever feel lights me, I create with that. So it always creates for me. I never feel like lack of the things. It's including the taxes and always having
Absolutely.
1 or 2 lakhs and always in my bank account, like lying just like that only.
Right. Cool. How does it get better? I'll have that too. Having lakhs in my account, just sitting there and having the money. Okay.
Yeah, because
Anybody
there
has
is
any
a
questions here?
that money to work for you, na?
Correct. That's when you actually employ the money to work for you. Okay. Any questions?
What about percentage for education or for classes and so on?
Yeah. So that's something that you're doing for personal growth, isn't it?
Yes. Oh,
You're,
you already mentioned it.
yes. So you're doing it for personal growth, and that's the bit where you use the fun money for your growth. You can use it for whatever you'd like to. Okay. And then there's a bit where there's operating expenses. So for me, fun, I mean, the education bit of it and my operating expenses sometimes I use that as from my operating expenses. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, cool. Surabhi, great question. What about saving for kids? So, Surabhi, this is just a generic idea of what are the accounts that you could have, or what are the things that you could use, or how you could split your finances in various ways. But you could add something may not be relevant to you, like operating expenses is not relevant to you. Yeah. So, operating expenses is not relevant to you. So, you use that percentage for child's education. And have you ever considered of asking your child to contribute to your finances? Doesn't mean you
No.
send a 2-year-old kid to work. No, that's not what I meant. But do you energetic? You're muted, Baba. I can't hear you.
I don't mind sending him if that was okay. No, but I've never asked a contribution from Yuvan for my finances, or even can I ask a contribution from him for his, I don't know, so
You can.
his
You can. You can ask contribution from everyone and everything to create your financial reality. You can ask Yuvan, hey Yuvan,
no,
can you
I mean not
contribute?
only my financial clarity, but his future or something. I don't know how to frame it. You know, uh, me
You
saving
can.
for his future. Yeah.
Okay, so this whole saving bit of it can be a
Is it a
little
lap
yeah,
kind of a
it can
feel?
be a little bit it can be a little bit disempowering, because you've already decided that Yuvan is not empowered enough to have or create the financial situation that he requires.
You know,
Okay,
I
so I'm
actually
not
have the.
saying I'm not saying
Hmm.
I'm not saying don't save up for uh his education or any of those things, but what I'm saying is that you could ask for him to contribute to creating his financial reality.
Hmm. And mine too.
And yours too, because when he's contributing to you, you may create more money. So I don't know if you guys know, but I have a dog. Okay, and having a pet at times is quite a bit of expenses. There are a lot of things that goes into keeping a pet. Okay, just saying, if anybody's considering having a pet. Okay, and recently as I told him, I said, hey Skylar, can you, his name is Skylar, he's a cocker spaniel, and I was like, hey, can you contribute to creating can you contribute to creating money for me? And every time he requires something, there will be some kind of money flowing in from somewhere. Doesn't matter where it flows from.
I have one question.
Okay.
I have one question.
Yes.
You said that we need to have clarity of on generation creation, all those things. So in business, like if you have a partner, so you have all this thing, positivity and all, and the other person is using the negative commandments or not understanding the positivity of the commandments, then what can we do? Will it affect our business also?
So Neetu, it's so very often what happens is when we are what is your business, if I could ask?
It's like energy
Neetu?
conservation coatings for the roof and walls, cooling paints.
Okay, I think it's Neetu's network. I can't hear you. Neetu, can you say something?
It's it's reflective
Neetu,
coating, cooling paints.
can you guys hear me?
It's cooling paints.
Cooling paints, is that what you said?
Yeah,
Okay,
cooling
cool.
paints.
Okay, cool. So very often what happens is that when we are into these energy healing modalities, we stop receiving from people who are not into it. We start rejecting what they can contribute to us. We start questioning everything that comes our way, and we start concluding that this is what it is. So is your financial reality based on the conclusions, or is it based on question on what can you choose and be to create greater here?
Yes, questions are there, but uh,
Neetu, I can't hear you. Okay, so probably type in the chat, Neetu. There's some network. I don't know if it's my network or it's your network. Somebody's network is not doing well. Okay, so where was I? Okay, so if you guys are functioning on the basis of conclusion as to how your reality is and what your reality is like, that's all you will create. Okay, if you're going to say that, okay, my business partner is not contributing greater, my business partner is not positive enough, and you're using reasons and justification to not make your business work, it will not work for you. Yes. I think I've already addressed that, Neetu.
May I say
Okay, so
something?
you got to, yes,
When partner is not supporting us or he's provoking for the negative thoughts or activities, we can pull energy from and trickle with the intention that he should contribute to me and my business.
yes, we can
We can
do
do that,
energy
na?
flows. Okay, we can, of course, yes, we can do energy flows. Okay, so just before I go ahead, is my network okay? Can you guys hear me clearly? Yeah, okay, cool. Thanks, Neha. Okay, so you guys, when you have a partner who's not contributing, when you have a partner that it's very easy to go into, hey, you know what, this doesn't work for me. I am going to get the fuck out of here and I'm not going to do anything about this. Okay, it's very easy to go into reaction rather than action and asking, okay, what's required of me here? So what you can do, like Shirish said, you can do the energy flows. You can keep pulling energy. There are 4 kinds of energy flows. One is push, pull, flow, and an amalgamation of all 3. Okay. So you can ask what energy flows is required here, and you can use them in a couple of minutes. Okay. So if
Wow.
now,
Can you repeat?
who asked that question?
Can you repeat those
Yeah,
4 things?
Chetna?
Because, those 4 things that you said,
Chetna, it's in
because
the foundation. I mean, there are 4 kinds of energy. There's neutral, uh, there's pushers, there's neutral, there's barriers, and there's something else. Okay, so I don't want to get into the nitty gritties of that. But there are 2 flows basically. One is a push and one is a pull. Okay, that's the simplest way to understand. Okay, cool. Energy flows is required here. You don't need to know what energy flows is required. It just automatically get created. Is that making sense? Cool. Any other question, you guys? Any other question? Okay, so before I head into the energy pool, we have 11 minutes left. I'm not sure if you guys can hear me. Can you?
You're frozen.
We keep losing you on and off.
Okay, I'm going to turn off my video. Is that okay? Just one moment, guys. Can you hear me?
Yes, right now,
Yes.
yes.
Okay, I'm just going to connect through my phone in just one moment. Is this better?
No, it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. Reshma, I also have a question.
Yeah.
So, when you were mentioning that if you only keep 10% away and like what you were doing, so you were then only thinking about saving up for your classes. But then if you are, if there's something that you have decided that you want to do, let's say the foundation or whatever, right? So if you are taking out for other things more than the 10%, then anyways you have to accumulate now for ultimately if you want to do your foundation or whatever other classes you want to do, then you have to save up for longer. It's the same thing, no?
Honey, this is what I'm talking about is a thing that you do consistently. It's not something that is a one-time thing. So say for example, if 1 lakh comes into my account today, I keep a 10% away. That's 10,000 rupees. I keep another 10% as my taxes. I have another 80,000 to go. I put 30% away for my operation costs, 30% away for fun. For me, that is access, or for a dinner, or for a holiday, or for whatever I'd like to do with that money. And I put 20% away. What was that? Operation, taxes, 10%. Salary, my salary, 20% away from my salary. Is that making sense?
No, I've not understood. So if let's say you need 70 for the foundation. Okay.
Mhm.
So you've put
It's
away
going
10.
to be, so Ritu, where have you concluded that the only way you can receive is from your salary? One. Okay. Now, second is you're saying you're going to have you accumulate over a period of time because you have concluded that you can't put, if you're doing percentage, then you can't put, like you can't get that 70% at one go, like that 74,000 at one go. Of course, it's an accumulation of funds over a period of time. Is that
Yeah.
making sense? Is that making sense, Ritu?
I'm not very clear on it. My question is that if you have decided that you want to do the foundation or whatever other class, and
Mm-hmm.
it is going to cost you a certain amount, so whether you save it in one go or whether you save it over 6 months, you have to save that much now. So how?
Okay. So you're saying what is the purpose of saving it in installments? Is that what you're saying?
No, because when you said that if I was only putting away 10% and not uh, for anything else, then I was constantly thinking about accumulating more, and only about my classes. So, I mean,
But that's what I'm saying. So over a period of time, Ritu, your life becomes about only that one thing you're doing.
okay,
Where is the creating the future? Where is the part where you're having fun? Where is the part where uh you're doing anything beyond that one thing?
okay, got it. So basically, you're saying have a balance. Just
An energy to create your future. So for a very long time, I kept putting my money back into access because I had all these things that I wanted to do, but it didn't create greater because I had no money left for anything else.
yeah, okay,
Does that make sense?
yeah, got it. Yeah,
So it's not a wrongness of access, or it's not a wrongness of you putting in money into access. We all do that because I love it. And I'm sure a lot of us do. But the point is about having and creating a wealth, having and creating resources that actually serve you rather than you running behind wealth constantly.
yeah, got it.
Yeah, cool. Raghavendra, it's a choice, really. It's you got to look at. Okay, so Raghavendra has a question. He says, "Why keep away for other things as and when the salary, taxes, operation expenses fund become due? We can always create. Of course, we can always create. It's not. It's not. I'm not saying that it's not going to create. But what I'm getting you to look at is you got to look at if this model works for you. And that was my first thing to you. Is this model working for you? It's not coming from a space of, okay, I need to save for this, or I need to keep a balance for this. It's about having a constant energy into creating your life beyond what you think is required. Does that make sense, Raghavendra? And Neha says sometimes the energy can bring us something different, but helps generate for what we desire. Yes. Yes. Okay. So are there any more questions?
Yeah, hi, this is Sanju.
Yes.
Just one more question that I had was how to decide, for example, we have stocks and we have shares, how to decide which ones to sell, which ones to keep? I mean, how do we?
It is, totally, I'm the wrong person to talk about stocks. I do not have information about stocks. But one thing that I would certainly do is ask, if this is not on the basis of market, this is not on the basis of market
Yeah,
research.
I'm not asking basis of market. I'm talking from the access perspective. Yeah.
Yeah, from the energy perspective, I would really ask the stock, would you like to be sold?
Okay.
Okay. And I think who's speaking, Sanju? Yeah, Sanju.
Yes.
And everything is constantly giving you information. every single thing is constantly whispering to you.
Okay. Another question was, for example, like off late, what happened was I had a 50% salary cut, and you know what? The later they did was that they added that component to the um, to the bonus, you know, and put a target saying that if you achieve this much because of COVID and all, you know that how much salary cuts are happening right now. So they put that as a bonus that in case you achieve the targets, um, you can, you know, get that component as a bonus.
Right.
So
So
yeah, so I was constantly doing energy pulls, and I found that even though it was COVID, in 2 quarters I was able to achieve my targets.
yeah, yeah. So energy pulse. So the two things that Gary talks about creating a financial reality is, one is energy pulse and one is choice. Okay. And he also says reading the How to Become Money Workbook 100 times creates your financial reality. And I have done it over 20 times, and my financial reality has changed drastically. Drastically. Okay. Like I said earlier, I'm somebody who went from bills to actually becoming a CF within 3 months, which is an investment of 15 lakh rupees. And it's changed my life completely. And we're going to do, so this is just a taster call into that, and diving into, we have 11 modules split, that is almost 22 modules that we will be covering over 11 months. It goes beyond the energetics, it goes beyond your family. Very often we do not create money because we're scared to disappoint our family. We're scared to get beyond what our families created financially. It goes beyond your spouses. It goes beyond your comfort zone. And 11 months is like having a relationship with me and the class and being together. We're going to meet 15 days every month. And if that's something that you're looking at, it's at 7,200 per month. And we'll just get into the energy pools. I know, Neither, you're asking about energy pools, and we will be doing energy pools and creating a financial reality. Okay. So if that's something that interests you, and if that's something that you'd like, reach out to me, reach out to the people, and reach out. You found me, so you know where to reach me. So I can give you that information. Okay. And we have a few people who are on, who've been here, who've done the energy pools with me. There's Surbi, there's Sonia, there's Preeti, there's Chetna, there's you guys want to say something about your experience of what that's created? There's Anju. Yeah.
Sure, Reshma, I'd like to share.
Yeah.
There was a period in my life, 3 to 4 months back, when I met Reshma. Before that, I was in a breakdown period. Being a motivational speaker, saying that I had a breakdown period was very difficult. But the first class of Access which I attended was of Reshma's, and that had changed my life. Reshma creates a great connection. She makes me feel very great. When I'm with her, I feel I can do something in my life. And when I started with her energy pools, it changed something. And after then I joined many of her classes, and every class has contributed to me. And now I have created a great relationship with my husband, which was a very difficult task. I was thinking about divorcing and something, but now it has been a great relationship, and thanks to Reshma for that. There was a business which was going down, and after the energy pools and foundation class and access bar class and money class with Reshma, now my financial reality has also changed. Now I'm regular in my offices. I'm doing energy pulls, and that's why I'm creating more customers. Within like 1 week, I like earned like 20,000 yearly amount in a one go, which was very difficult right now because I was not doing my business from last 2 years. So for me, if you ask me, should we attend Reshma's class, I would say just close your eyes and do it. You should do it. And I never miss her any of my, I never miss her class. It might be fracking the insanity. I don't even ask her what's the class about. It's like, you're doing it, I'm there.
Thank you, Sonia, for the trust that you have. And it's an absolute pleasure to see Sonia create. Like, she takes the tool and she runs with it. And she's like, okay, I'm going to create my life with this tool. And she literally does it with so much joy. I'm absolutely and truly very grateful for you and to see you in all my classes. Like, it's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you, Sonia, for saying
Thank you, Reshma.
that. Yes, Surbi.
So, Reshma, I think to be honest, I have always been very inquisitive about energy pulls, and somehow I couldn't get myself around it. And I think the first few classes that I did, or the calls I did with you, was about energy pulls and how my life has changed, or I would say there's so much ease, in my life after doing this energy pulls. So I just remember one thing: ki whenever I'm going to my head, as you say, Surbi, you're a big head tripper, and so that as soon as I go to my head, that line of yours stings me, and I was like, okay, whatever it is, whatever energy pull is required, and everything, and it has created so much ease in my
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
Be it the I started with a weight loss kind of a call. That was the first call that we did, and post that, even the private sessions. So
Yeah.
I had some major point of views about my family, my business, father and brother, and now I can feel them shifting and melting away,
Yeah. Yeah.
especially especially after the foundation we did. Man, that was, I think that is the most intense class I have ever been in Access. I've been in Access for around a year now,
Yeah.
and I've attended classes with Dane, Gary, Shannon, everyone. But that foundation, man, those 4 days were like, it was like a grill. ऐसे,
Yeah.
निचोड़ दो सब कुछ. You just,
Yeah, I think
but
that's been one of the intense classes that I have facilitated too. We had
oof,
one on the 30th of December to the 2nd of Jan. Oh my God. It was,
what a new year that was.
oh yeah, what a new year. And it was like grind. You know, when you're in the washing machine, you're on the drying zone of washing
Matlab,
machine.
actually, you've been beating like push, push, all the point
Yeah.
of views away. Everything's,
Yeah.
and I was like, still, I get the pangs of the intensity of it. My body can still feel the intensity of that foundation, but that has been a catalyst
Yeah.
to
And one thing that
change everything.
absolutely, and one thing that Surbhi is not saying here is that I said is that anybody, any head tripper here, okay, anybody, if you're in your head, get your attention on your genitals, your vagina or your penis.
Yes, I wanted to
Okay,
say that.
it'll get you out of your head
Oh man, it's doing
instantaneously.
wonders, man.
Okay.
I do all my energy pulls through my vagina now.
Yeah.
Anytime I'm going to my head, I'm going down there, and it's working. You're
Yeah.
more aware.
Yeah. And
And
these,
and
this
one more
is,
thing. So I'm cutting.
yeah.
One more thing I would like to add. Like last we did the how to become money workbook. I couldn't attend any of the sessions properly. I was hardly there in one call. But man, did I make some money in that week. I don't
Wow.
know how. I
Wow.
don't know how.
How does
I found some treasure. I got my tax refund. I got some Zomato coupons, sale,
gosh, you didn't tell
what
me about
not.
that.
That this just struck me. Maybe I forgot. I'm so
Right.
sorry. Man,
Good.
how was I making money?
How does it
Amazing
get
you are,
better? Oh
Reshma.
my God, what else
Seriously.
is possible? So, anybody, you guys, this is something that I'm giving to all the people who are live here right now. If you want to come on for the 11-month series, I'm going to give you a 10% off straight away, only for the people who are live here and who register in the next few hours. That is before the day ends today. So, a 10%, that's the classes for 7,200 and you get it for 6,500 across 11 months. Okay, and there is a surprise for all the people who join in. So that you'll only know about it once you get into the class. Okay, and you also, if you join in, the first 10 people who join and get a personal session to create their financial reality with me. Okay. And if that sounds fun and if that sounds exciting, join in, drop me a message, make the payment, and I will get you in as soon as possible. And if this is not fun, that's absolutely fine too. It was absolute joy to have you guys on. And it's not done yet. We get into an energy pull in just a minute. And Preeti, you want to say something? You've been like,
I want to show my ring. I've not been manifesting it like hard cash, but I just manifested this. Can you see this ring?
oh gosh, you're. And that's such a lie, Preeti. That's such a lie that you're saying you haven't manifested cash. You just told me some money that came into your account a
Yes,
week
yes.
ago.
No, I'm yet to receive it. So I'm doing energy pulls to it. I just got the entry
Okay.
of it.
Okay.
So I'm
Okay, cool.
creating it.
Cool. So the class, Parita asks me the class, when is the class beginning? The class begins on the 30th of Jan and it goes on till end of the year. Okay, so if you guys want to hop on, this is something that's available for you. Hop on, sign up, pay up, and you get all that I just said. And all the people who have been on here, let's get into an energy pull. And before we do you want to see my dog? This is my dog. Yes, that's Kyla. Okay.
Reshma, what's the timing?
It's going to be in the evening, Sonia. For all the working people, it's going to be 8:30 p.m. to 9:30. So it's going to be at a time that works for everybody in the evenings. And it's going to be two SOP Oh, I didn't tell you what it's going to be. It's going to be two SOP sessions every month. We meet to read the book every month for about 10 to 12 days, depending on whatever the book is asking for. And like I said earlier, if you're the first 10 people who sign up, you get a personal session from me. Okay, if that sounds exciting, message me and we will get you on. Okay, cool. Now let's get into the energy pull. And thank you, Yumi. She says the call is brilliant. Okay, so lower your barriers and expand. Expand, expand, expand. Deepest barriers down, deepest barriers down, deepest barriers down. Expand into the room that you're in. Expand beyond the building that you're in all directions. Top, bottom, left, right, front and back. Expand into the state that you're in. Expand into the country that you're in. And expand into the water bodies across your countries. And expand into the whole of the earth. Engulf it in a huge hug. And expand beyond the earth into the solar systems, into the universes, known and unknown. And now expand beyond everything that's known to your cognitive mind. And for this very minute, only for this minute, will you destroy and uncreate everywhere there's any kind of lack in your space, in your body, in your reality? Allow it to melt away. Allow it to just go away from your reality. Loosen all the grips that you have on it. Almost like you wouldn't know what your life would be like with lack in your world. Eliminate and dissipate all of that from your world. Release it. And now tap into what your reality would be. Tap into the possibilities of if you truly start committing to your life. If you were truly committed to creating what you know is possible. And you did not go by what the world is saying at this point. Tap into all of that and pull it in. Pull it in. Everyone who's wondering what it means to pull energy, just ask to pull the energy and it will happen. You don't need to know how to do it. Just pull it in. And if you had no stories of how you have created up until now, if you had no stories of what your world is right now, and if you had nobody to stop you, not your spouse, not your parents, not your children, not your business partners, what can you create? Pull that in. Pull that in. And now, if you had no reference points of how you can create the money, on how it will show up, what do you know that you aren't acknowledging? That if you would energetically acknowledge and tug in, would create all of this for total ease. Just tug it in, pull it in. And keep pulling tsunamis of energy. Keep pulling tsunamis of energy through the universe, through your ask, through the front of your body, and out through the back of your body. And keep pulling. Keep pulling. And everywhere the barrier is coming up, everywhere there's resistance to truly having all the money in the world, everywhere there's any point of view that would almost make you feel like you don't know who you are if you didn't have it. Do you allow that to melt? And now pull in from the space that's beyond that. Pull in from the space that's beyond all of this. and purely from your reality. Keep pulling in. And pull one last time from the universe into your asks. Into the front of your body and out through the back of your body. And allow this flow to continue as long as it would require it to continue. And now send trickles out into the universe, broadbanding it into the universe. Allowing it to reach every person who would contribute to creating this with you, for you, as you. Allowing it to reach everybody who will receive from you. Allowing it to everybody who you can add to your life, which will exponentialize everything that you're asking for. And ask for the asks to equalize the energy once it comes to fruition. And you can open your eyes when you're ready to. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Welcome, Shirish. Neha, I love how your dog is so cozy.
Thank you, George.
Thank you very much.
You're most welcome. You're most welcome. So thank you guys for being on.
Sleep on my hand, so he's very relaxed from this energy pull.
Sorry?
My dog has gone to sleep on
Sorry,
my
sorry.
hand. He's very relaxed from this energy.
Thank you, Reshma.
How does it
Thank
get
you
better?
so much.
to
Thank
hear
you
that.
so much,
Thank you,
Reshma.
Reshma.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Reshma.
guys. Thank you so much. And Neha, just so that you know, one of my asks is to contribute to pets like dogs. And clearly my ask is coming to fruition. Yay! How does it get better? And thank you for being on, you guys. And if you'd like to be on the program, it's a monthly, it's a commitment for 11 months. You join and you committed for 11 months. It's a monthly payment. This is what it is. And it's a commitment to your life, to creating your reality. Okay. So thank you for being on. I'm truly, truly grateful for this interaction today and what else is possible. I will see you guys wherever I see you. Okay. Bye-bye. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Yes,
Good
thank you.
night,
Thank you.
all of you.
Thank you, Reshma.
Welcome. Bye-bye, guys.